So for Unit 3, we talked about informal assessment and how teachers can check for understanding without a rubric. It can be very spontaneous, and it's just trying to use that information to set goals and to clarify information or content. One of the things that I use in my classroom is a ticket in the door or a ticket out of the door. You'll see on the left-hand side, I have a paper version of a ticket out the door. This would be something I would give to my students after a lesson that I have given them, and this would just simply answer the main points that we covered in that lesson. What's nice is you can also have a Google form and have the students complete that online. That gives just feedback right away in a spreadsheet, and you can organize it to see, what information might still need to be clarified. Another one that I use is Edpuzzle. This is being able to make any video your lesson, and you can embed questions into it. They can be multiple choice, they can be open-ended. I have played many times with my students as a live mode instead of having them play on their own. Then that way we watch as a class, but they answer on their own screen the questions as we go over them. Next up is Padlet as an informal assessment. This is basically an online bulletin board. I like to call them Post-its. It seems like you can just post them onto the board or onto the screen, but I'll give a student a question, and then they go in and they post their response, but they also give research to back their response with that. Next up is Kahoot. This is an online game. It's really fun for learning. It can be created by a user, and then they put their own content into it, and you can make it very specific to your curriculum. You'll see on the left-hand side, I have multiple Kahoots, more that aren't seen on the screen too, but these are sometimes used for finals or map tests, and then you can see that it's broken down. You can edit these. These would be the questions that I have on the quiz for them, and then they have multiple choice answers to do that. Students then earn points, and they can compete against each other to earn points and then get prizes. And then similar to Kahoot is Gimkit. One of the main differences between this is that there are different modes that you can play, and instead of earning points, students actually earn money, and what they can do is they can work together to get as much money as possible. So I have found in the last 2 years, students enjoy playing Gimkit, that I've converted a lot of my Kahoots over to Gimkit for students to play. So using these informal assessments, it's basically what works best for you and your students. Find what is best, and like I said, I've been converting a lot of my Kahoots into Gimkit because they enjoy that more, and I feel like it's a fun way for them to learn and review content. Again, it can be very informal. It can be very structured, though, too, depending on what your needs are. And you can even use this to check for behavior and check for understanding on that content. So it's just getting that data and using that to set goals and keep track of progress for